There is power in our words, even just one word. Here at Life.Church, we have a concept that we've been doing for several years now, in which we as a staff member, we pick one word to set the scene for our entire year. Will you kind of talk us through the why behind that and why that's so powerful for our teams?
Yeah, I remember when Pastor Craig talked about this many years ago, and the concept was you can have 10 goals, and you probably won't accomplish very many of them. And then does your life really look different at the end of the year? Well, most of the time not. But if you'll take one word and you'll focus on it the whole year, you will see change in your life because you've put your focus in one word. And then you fast forward year after year after year, your life looks drastically different because you've focused year after year after year. And so that's kind of how it started. And every year as an individual, just pick one word to focus on. So for me this year, my word is maximize. And I've just asked God, you know the gifts that I have, you know the skills that I have, maximize those to meet your need, your glory, to bring you honor. What can I do for that?
What I don't know about you, but for me, God continues. He shows up in helping me pick that one word. But my word for the year is small. So just making small, deliberate changes. But all throughout the year, there's just this reminder of God's presence through that one word. Talk to me a little bit about what does that selection process look like for you? How intentional are you about seeking God for what is that one word?
Yeah. So the way that you talked about it is how it happens to me. I remember where I was driving on the highway.
Mine was on the road too when it came to me.
And God just said, maximize. I was like, okay. So you do have to go through a process. You have to take some assessment of yourself. What's going on in your life? What are things that are going well? What are things that need to get better? And you just start to ask God to show you what you need to focus on. And you just have to be sensitive to where God's leading you. And you may have to look up synonyms or dive into the thesaurus and just find a word that connects with what God's speaking to you and one that connects with you as well. And then you just own it for that year and allow God to use it to remind you that this is an area that you can grow in and get better at.
That's really good. I know for me, I go to scripture first to look for that word. I'm very reflective. Journaling is so beneficial for me just to pour out my heart and just to center me on what God is speaking and showing to me personally. I turn to scripture, but a great place for me to find that one word too are worship songs and having myself use that song to remind me of what that one word is throughout the year.
I tell you what, He will show it to you in so many different ways. You just have to be open to hear it.
Consider picking one word this year for you personally or for your team and see the power of what God does through one word.